This is a pre-game primer guide aimed at the new player. This means, it's intended to be watched before you even start playing the game. So you have an idea of what to expect and the tools to search for more information as needed. This is not a walkthrough guide. I really don't do such things, and there are plenty of good guides out there, so why redo what has been done? Better I just point you in the right direction. Oh, by the way, I'm the Snuds, a shy that talks a lot in my videos. A shy? Yes. One of the many classes you can pick from. Okay. Let's get to it. This is an updated view of seasonal gameplay. We have had seasons for a long time and I have done a few. But they have undergone a big change. A good change. I will do my best to give you the basics, so as a new play, you can get right into seasonal and progress to main gameplay. I will try not to go too in-depth and let you learn the finer parts of the game in your own time. I will make mention of a few advanced things as they will be active on my account, as a long-time player. But you don't need to worry about such things at this point. But maybe take note, I want you to see this guide as an overview of seasonal, watch it before you even get started. So you know what is going on as you progress, and have the advantage of knowing where to look if you need more help, like I said. This is not an in-depth guide, but it will point you to more information if you should need it. I don't wanna overload you with every little thing there is to know about the game. Okay, you have created your first character and you are ready. Wait, you don't know what to pick? Well, all I can say about that is check out why I think Shy is a fun choice. It's not for all, but I can only tell you what I know. See why pick Shy, linked in the description and at the end of this video. Let's start at the start. As a new player, and as the game also suggests, start out from the ancient stone chamber. This is the best path as a new player. It will give you access to quest lines and objectives you will want to complete early on, such as free pets, and it will put you on the main storyline quest. Pets? We will go over that in a bit, but they are important. We won't go over the main quest in this video, but once you have done the main quest, if you wish to do another seasonal later on, you can skip it next time. The main story quest is kind of important as it ties into other aspects of the game, and is a prerequisite for a few things. I will link to more information about the main story quest in the description. Completing the seasonal pass, a set of objectives and doing the main story quest will introduce you to such things as pets, maids, even some basic life skilling systems. Oh, and, enhancing, a way to upgrade gear, but not all wish to do enhancing, it can be a risk. And very costly. Seasonal will let you experience enhancing in a relaxed and low-risk way. So at least you know what it's about, and there are some safe paths of progression on once you are in the main game. As a person that joined this game before seasonal was a thing, I can say that seasons really do a good job of introducing you to a majority of the game's functions, so let it do that for you and try not to worry about what everyone else is saying you must know. Learn the basics first. You will meet your Black Spirit, your in-game guide. He will give you quests and progress you through the main story. Main quests normally have a special icon. The game does a good job of guiding you along the main quest line, even with directions marker and auto path. And should you lose track of your main quest, you can bring up the quest window by pressing O, look for the quests with the main quest icon, and click to navigate to the objective. Remember, if you get really stuck, ask someone. Who? Well, there are guides, but as a new player you may not know what to look for, so maybe a streamer will help. I will link a few active and long-running streamers in the description. Your map will also show you where quest objectives are located, and any navigation paths you currently have active. M is the default key for your map. You will take on a few quests that will lead you into the Forest of Seclusion. Don't worry, they are very simple. They are there to get you used to the game. After a while, you will make it to the Western Guard camp. You will have a few quests here as well.
This is the Western Guard. Officer Faney.
I'm fine. This is the one, and yeah.
Recommendation: the more skills you learn, the more skills you learn, the stronger. The more skills you...
Pets will be important for collecting loot. I think you are given at least one as a brand new player. So let's take a very quick look at setting up your first pet. Yours may look different to my pet here. Keep an eye on your Black Spirit seasonal pass as you go through the main story quest, remembering to collect rewards. Once you have progressed through the quest some more. Defeated Boss Red knows you will be taken toward the town Valia, where you will have the option to skip the main quest line if you have already completed it. As a new player, you will be carrying out the main quest line in full. This will take you through all the main towns and regions of the game. This can take some time as a new player, but you kind of have to explore the game, right? Else you won't know what's out there. So take it at your own pace. I will link to a guide in the description. The main quest line is its own thing. Something you will want to get out the way, and doing it in seasonal mean you will learn most of the game mechanics, with the help of in-game guidance. We are going to skip past all that, even though it will be the main part of your time spent. But that is not what this guide is for. Remember, extra resources are in the description. The seasonal pass along with your Black Spirit will introduce you to Awakening. This is when your character reaches a high enough level to unlock even more options. Some classes do this in different ways. For example, Shy Awakening is called Talent. We won't explain that here. The game will do that for you. Just take note, that is something you will come across. Your character will become more powerful and interesting in time. At some point you will have completed the main quest line and your seasonal pass, and wish to join the main game. You can always join normal server as a seasonal player, but you have restriction on your gear. Before you do, you may want to consider if you are ready, as seasonal offers some safety and benefits you will not get in normal gameplay, but also restricts your gear progression. So are you ready to progress your gear? No? Then there is no rush yet. Some like to stay in seasonal and work toward infinite potions. I've never bothered with these myself, but you may hear them mentioned. I will link more info in the description. Some like to hang out in seasonal and life skill. Cool idea, done it myself, on one of my alt characters, as I have no special life skilling gear, and seasonal offers some benefits. Life skilling is a huge topic. You will have to explore that outside of this guide, if it really interests you. Okay, let's say you're ready. You have got all you want from seasonal and can't progress any further. How do we graduate? Well, before we talk about that, I want to make mention of a few key things you will hear. That probably aren't that important to you yet, but it helps to know what people are talking about, right? Else you can get overwhelmed as people offer up all sorts of info, and you have no idea if it's relevant to you or not. We will quickly go over journals, fairies, tents, and the marketplace. Nothing too in-depth, just enough so you know what other players are talking about. Remember, this is a primer, so you know what you need to know, and where to look for more info when needed. Take things easy. Let the seasonal system introduce you to the game and try not to learn every little aspect in one go. Oh, also, seasonal, why is it so important to a new player? Not only does it teach you about the game, but it gives you a boost. Help you become competitive, if that's what you want, and gives you the ability to join a long-running game as a new player and not feel left behind. I have watched one player catch up and pass my 4 years progress in less than half a year. Cause they wanted to. The game gives you that option, if that's your thing. We'll see if I can find that videos and link it in the description. Auto-potting and the fairy. Sadly, this is an issue. I wish the game supplied some sort of basic auto-potting function so you didn't have to press a key over and over, just to use health and mana. To be fair, I went without auto-potions for my first year and it was not all that bad, but now I have auto-potion, I can't live without it. Not a fan of the fairy system and it feels like a pain in the neck. I will link to more information in the description. The fairy and its functions are important to the game, but not so much as you are starting out. You can get by without them. But if you like the game, it's one of them things you will wish to explore. Really does feel like something you have to get out of the way if you choose to become a long-term player, and that's a shame. Maybe Pal Abyss will address this. I know they have slowly been making it less of an issue, let's hope. Journals. I have added stats whenever I start a season. This makes things a little easier and faster for me. If you are completely new, you will not have these added values. Journals are like side quests but can be a bit harder to follow. These added stats apply to all characters, old and new, and are always active. They are classed as family-wide bonuses. Journals can take a while to complete and be a bit of a drag. They are what they are. I won't explain what you have to do as that is its own topic, but I want you to be aware I have these extra bonuses active as a long-term player. You can unlock these at your own pace. Learn about them when you are ready. Some say they are very important. I say they are useful once you have gotten into the game and played for a while. When you get to a point that your gear progression really starts to slow down, then I would say journals are a reasonable progression path for gains. I will link a resource to journals in the description. Okay, before I explain graduation, cause chances are, if you are watching a primer, you haven't even started the game yet, so let's make mention of food and drafts, and buffs. They can seem costly for a new player, but they make all the difference and can really speed up your progress. They can make up for a lot of missing gear and you will use them throughout your gameplay. From new player to veteran, sure, some veteran players will talk about food and elixir rotations. Ignore that for now, that is late game stuff. That is something you look at much later, so here are some of the basic player versus environment aka PvE foods, and drafts you will want to look at buying from the marketplace. And church buffs. You may hear this mentioned. These are kinda like food buffs and really do help push your gear's limits. So worth getting if you can afford.
The blessings of Lord Elion be with you. Make your move first. Taking an action is the best way to remove your fear.
It's important to remember this is a primer. I'm talking to the new player. I have done guides on how to power through a seasonal solo, or how to get started and what to do as a new seasonal. I think such videos will still be relevant. I have run through seasonal a lot of times, but, nah. This is a guide to prep you before you even log in. Get your head in the right place so you can learn and progress a little easier. The marketplace. This is key and every main town has one, and you can access it from your menu or maids. The game has two main sources of game currency income, trash loot that you sell to any NPC vendor. And then, Item loot, like weapons, accessories, and other special things. Such things can be listed on the marketplace and provide a boost to your income. There is a caveat. The marketplace takes a cut, a tax, and the game takes a cut out of your wallet if you want to reduce that tax. You can buy so-called value pack. This gives you a few benefits. I mainly get it as it allows me to dye my outfits, but it also reduces the money you lose through market taxes if you want to spend real money on a value pack. That is up to you. Or you can save up loyalty tokens from logging in, then buy a one-day value pack and sell your stuff while that is active. Yes, this is a game, and a business. There will be things to spend real money on, else there would be no game at all. Personally, I think the game has this fairly well balanced, but it's on you, how much you wish to spend, or, as shown by some, you can play the game 100% free, just progress is a little slower. Oh, and a values pack doesn't affect your cost of buying items from the marketplace. So if you grind in an area where most of your cash comes from trash loot, a type of loot you sell to any NPC and is unaffected by tax, then you can use that cash to buy whatever you want from the marketplace with no need for a value pack. See, you can do this free if you wanna. Pets, you will get pets for free. Some from events, some from login rewards, and some from early game quests. You want to have these active and fed, as they will automatically pick up loot for you. For my first year, I didn't have any pets. That was a long time ago and things have changed. They really do make life a lot easier, as you don't have to manually pick up loot. When you have a pet token, click it, use it and take your pet out. You will need to keep them fed, and food can be made, or if you are like me, you can buy food from the marketplace. The marketplace, this is your hub of commerce where you will sell and buy things. It can be accessed through the menu or through your maid system. Maid? Yeah, I know it's getting complicated, isn't it? There is a lot that the game will teach you through seasonal. By following the seasonal pass, and checking of all the objectives it has set out for you, you will learn a lot of what you need to know. This guide isn't so much about how to do all this, so if you get stuck carrying out seasonal objectives, you can always ask someone in-game or search out a guide on that subject. Twitch streamers can also be a useful resource for help when it comes to on-the-fly questions, and most will happily help out new players. I will link to some active and long-term BDO streamers in the description. Some may not know seasonal in depth but know the game mechanics well. Tents. I use a tent to get a little extra buff to my stats. Some call this a villa buff and you have to use a tent with villa access if you don't have a secret book of Old Moon active, which is purchased in the game shop or sometimes given out as a login reward or event gift. Login rewards are given just for signing into the game for a set time. And, that got complicated fast. Well, so tents. Don't worry about them just yet. They can be used to repair things while you are out in the field, and give you extra buffs, even by potions. They are important, but maybe learn the basics first. There is free versions of the tent that work just as well as the shop-bought version I use. My paid-for version was not cheap. It does save me some time and effort. But I would only suggest it if you're gonna play this game a long time and feel worth supporting with your wallet. I will link to more information about tents in the description. So, all that priming out of the way. How do you get into the game? How do you start your journey? Download the game for one. Either from the main Black Desert homepage for your region, MMORPG, or purchase and download through the Steam platform. I personally use Steam cause that's where all my games are. And I'm lazy. But there are advantages to getting the game directly from Pearl Abyss's main website. I will link that in the description, as some discounts and offers are not available through Steam. Okay, from the beginning, we log into Black Desert, and then create a character. I always pick Shy. Remember, there is a video on that, called Why Shy. It's a very different class to all the rest. You can customize your character there if you wish, and sometimes that's fun to do, or get right into the game. You can't always change how your character looks as you have to pay for the ability to change appearance. Yep, that magical value pack. Sometimes you get this free from events and login rewards. Game's gotta make some cash though, so cosmetic items are a fair trade-off in my opinion. I have all the outfits. Okay, pick your class. Pick seasonal character and start at the ancient stone chamber. How and when you can make a seasonal character has changed. So this'll look different if you are an older player. You now get tokens ever so often and you can use one to make one active seasonal character at a time. Such things as Fugar's Timepiece are no longer part of seasonal. So new player need not worry about that used to be. Until I update all my seasonal videos, some will still make reference to Fugar's Timepiece, that is now obsolete. Look at the number of dots in this bar, you can collect up to 5. Each one is a seasonal character creation token. But seasonal or not, you will still need a character space on your account, if you wish to make a new character, and bam! You are in game and ready to go.
At last, we've arrived. At the Ator's cradle.
I hope this was a useful primer and helps you know what's going on as you log in for the first time. If it was, remember to like the video, really helps. For now, Snuds out. BDO seasonal graduation using the new system. Complete all of seasonal pass. Collect all rewards. This unlocks the graduate function via your seasonal rewards window. Go to a standard server and click graduate from your rewards window. You will be disconnected and reconnected, all gear converted.